The nation is paying tribute to President George H.W. Bush. His body is lying in state at the U.S. Capitol. This is a live look at the crowd lined up to pay their respects. Mourners are slowly filing past the flag-draped casket, each with their own connection to the 41st President of the United States.
I served in the military. Bush was one of the first presidents I served under.
And then there's Moses Kelly. His father was a Secret Service agent when George Bush was vice president.
He was on the vice president's detail. They're the nicest people you ever want to meet.
President Donald Trump will visit the Bush family at Blair House today, and he and the First Lady were in the Capitol Rotunda last night to pay their respects. Tomorrow will be the memorial service at the National Cathedral. And tomorrow has been declared a national day of mourning. That means government offices, including the post office, will be closed, as will the stock market.
As the nation mourns the loss of President George H.W. Bush, Americans are reminded of his commitment to serving the country. Our national correspondent Michelle Macaluso tells us how the late president's life is inspiring people across the country.
President George Herbert Walker Bush dedicated his life to public service. He enlisted in the Navy at the age of 18 and became one of the youngest Navy pilots in history. Bush then went on to serve in politics, becoming a two-term Texas congressman, ambassador to the United Nations, liaison to China, and then director of the CIA. Later, he became vice president in the Reagan administration.
So help me God.
And eventually the 41st president.
He was 94 and he was still going and he was still influential in everything that he did, and he was just a hugely inspiring figure for everyone in the United States, including me.
Here at the U.S. Capitol, thousands are paying tribute to the late president who is lying in state until Wednesday morning.
It's an honor to be able to be in the presence of a president that knew how to govern.
I was very grateful to have an opportunity to pay my respects to a great American.
Many Americans say they are inspired by the late president's life and legacy.
It just goes to show how much you can really help the world.
Richard Castle went to the Bush School at Texas A&M University.
I would walk in, the first thing I'd see was quotes from him, pictures of his legacy all over the wall. And that actually was the reason why I decided to come to D.C. and actually work in the public sector.
And others feel George H.W. Bush will continue to influence Americans forever.
He was able to dedicate his time to the military, but look at public service for making the world better. And that's how he can inspire people best.
On Capitol Hill, I'm Michelle Macaluso.
So let's go to our national question of the day. Does President Bush's